Plan coming up at 6. A new study from Intermountain Medical Center finds the term visiting hours is obsolete. The study published in this month's issue of American Journal of Critical Care shows there's no scientific or moral reason to keep intensive care patients away from their families. In fact, the IMC report shows everyone benefits.
She had respiratory failure, the bad kind of flu, and pneumonia.
Jocelyn Johnson spent 3 weeks in the Intermountain Medical Center's shock trauma ICU, sick but not alone.
I was surprised to find out that I'd be able to spend as much time in the ICU as I wanted. In fact, I was really surprised that they would let me spend the night here.
You can see in these photos Jocelyn surrounded by loved ones like her husband Nathaniel. Years ago, this would have never happened.
That family members had no place at the bedside. It was almost as if the patients were being brought back to an experimental laboratory where no lay people were allowed.
But a recently published IMC study proves those regulations were counterproductive.
The families were delighted. Nurses noticed that the families were much happier. Nurses were no less or no more satisfied.
231 family members and hospital staff were surveyed before and after the visiting policy changes. Many nurses feared the changes would cause challenges.
It's going to take me longer to get out of here. I've already worked 12 hours, and now I'm going to have interruptions from families and more questions.
But it actually alleviated the stress around the strict guidelines.
I hated asking patients to leave when they had just gotten here. I hated at 7 o'clock in the morning, families are coming to visit their loved ones, and you have to say, I'm sorry, you have to step out for the next hour and a half, because we closed from 7 to 8:30 morning and night for the shift handoff.
More than what the families or nurses wanted, Johnson says the 24-hour open-door policy became another healing tool.
After she woke up, she was always very happy to have family there with her, especially while she was going through physical therapy and the other therapies that they were performing.
You can see the amount of support as Jocelyn improves.
It was more stressful for her, for me to be gone, and she said that she could finally relax when I would return.
And with no concrete evidence against the open-door policy.
When you're struggling for your life in an ICU, is there any reason you shouldn't have your loved ones with you as much as you want them to be?
Right now, only about 25% of U.S. hospitals have a similar policy to the one at Intermountain Medical Center shock trauma ICU. Dr. Brown says he believes that number will go up rapidly as more hospitals take a closer look